Hi, I'm What Beck Sews and this is my channel where we talk about all things sewing related. Today we are going to be doing a specific video on an impromptu fabric shop that I did yesterday. I'd like to share with you the fabric that I bought, but also share with you some ideas that I have and hopefully get some advice from you guys on what to make with some of the other pieces that I've bought. Stay tuned to see more. So my name is Becky and I'm a fabricaholic and I need help. How's that for a start of an introduction to a video? So I really want to show you some of the fabrics that I bought yesterday. I went shopping after declaring that I wasn't going to be buying any more fabric on my Instagram, and I'll try and pop the video feed of where I showed me sorting out all of the fabrics that I have in my stash. But that being said, the majority of my fabrics are viscose, cottons and woven fabrics, whereas I'm very much lacking in stretch. So if I start with the two viscoses that I bought, because they're the only viscoses that I bought, the only wovens that I bought, and that is this. So you can see it's got all of these leaves on it in purples, peach and green in this very nice bold red print. This one will be kept for a dress, I think, for the summer, so it will enter into my stash. I'm going to pre-wash it so it's all ready for me to cut when I do decide I have a project to make with it. But any suggestions for it, I'd be gratefully appreciated. I did think about the Rosary Apparel, the Hazel dress I think it's called. I've seen quite a few different styles of makes from it, but one of my favourites is the way that So Amelia does hers, where she wears it as a bit of a pinafore. I like that shape of the dress, and I was thinking of maybe something like that. I've got 2 meters of this, so I think there are things there that I could do with it. Maybe that is an option, but please feel free to comment in the box below for any more suggestions. The other viscose I got is this. It's just summer in a piece of fabric. I was thinking with this, maybe being adventurous and trying my first piece of menswear. My other half quite likes a bold shirt in the summer, and usually at our local pub we go to a festival every year that has a theme. And I'm thinking that this is very him, although we've put the pinks on it, it is very him. So either that, or I'll be completely selfish and go, this feels like a beach dress for me. So they're the 2 viscoses that I got. Then if I talk about, because these are the bits that I bought from the fabric shop itself. So basically I went to Milton Keynes yesterday with the girls, and I knew that there was a shop there, or it's like a fabric shack on the marketplace called Neil's Fabrics, and I've seen them pop up on Facebook quite a lot. It's been somewhere local to me, and they've got all these wonderful things and sales and all sorts on, so I thought I'd go and have a look, with the intention of not coming away with as much as I did. So inside the shack they had all of these, the normal sort of on the shelves kind of fabrics. The 2 viscoses were there, so was this sort of plain jersey. This is quite a thick jersey though, it's definitely a winter jersey in this ochre colour. I don't have many plain. I really needed to get some into my stash. Not sure what I'll make with it, but I did pick up 2 meters of it. This colour can wash me out a little bit, so I've got to be really careful in my choice. If I was to make a jumper like this billy sweater that I'm wearing today, for example, in this colour, I'd probably look a bit, just trying to show you without the dark there, probably look a little bit washed out. So I've got that. That one is one, it will go into my stash, and I'm sure at some point I'll think of something I want to make with it. Sounds terrible when you buy and you're not quite sure, but I needed some plain. This is another plain that I got. Again, this was from inside. This is a lovely cobalt blue jersey. It's not a thick one. I'm thinking I'm definitely going to have a t-shirt out of this. It's nice to have some plain tees to wear for when I'm out to pair with a pair of jeans, but also because I've got quite a lot of patterned trousers, patterned clothes in general, just to have something plain there. I could also, I think there's 2 meters of this, could also make a top or something like that as well, on top of just a normal t-shirt for that. So that is the cobalt blue, one of my favourite colours to wear, cobalt blue jersey that I picked up. The other jersey that I got from inside was this purple jersey. Now I got 3 meters of this purely because purple is my favourite colour. I think I'm going to make a dress. Just a simple plain dress for work, maybe a wrap dress. It's quite a thick jersey, so it's quite nice, got a good amount of stretch to it, and I think I've got some thread and counts free patterns that I get in my sewing magazines that would probably suit this one quite well. If you've got any wrap dress ideas that are brilliant, that are suitable for jersey fabrics, please pop them in the description box. I pop in the description box, pop them in the comments below for me to have a look at. That would be great. So that is the purple stretch. So the next lot of fabrics I've got to show you all came out of these trolleys. So when you go to the shack, they have this selection of trolleys out the front, almost like you get with a remnants box, but the thing is, these can't be remnants because there's just so much of the fabric there. And I went a little bit mad because when I saw the prices, I was like, oh my God, I can get that for that. So as you can see, I'm just pulling this reel of fabric out. Oh, no, still going. Yep, there's a lot there. About 6 meters, I think. This particular one I picked up because I thought, for basic tees, maybe Tabitha t-shirt dress, maybe Stella joggers and hoodie. Notice they're all tilly in the buttons again. But basic lounge wear, jog wear. It's a really nice sort of dusty pink colour with these greys going through it. It's quite lightweight, so it would be very comfortable and breathable, I think. Good amount of stretch to it. Really like this. I saw this again, price was really good, and I did also think there's a couple of patterns that I haven't made, and I've got some very nice expensive fabrics in my stash. I needed some more sort of fabrics that I could use to practice on for my jersey patterns. So I did think I could make something wearable out of this, maybe a wearable toile even, but I could also use it to practice, and if I mess up it's not too bad because there's lots there. But it is a really simple, pretty kind of loungewear type style fabric, t-shirt. I don't know. Ideas? Thoughts? It's another one. 6 meters of that one. So this one here, again, I think there's about 5 meters of this one. Could be a good maxi dress. I do love a print, especially an animal print. So you can see here it's sort of the typical leopard print on the white background. Again, nice amount of stretch. This one isn't so thick, so this one could be more used for summer. I think it'd make a nice maxi dress, maybe even a strapless maxi dress. I've got to get it to hold up my knockers. That's going to be quite an interesting thing. But again, I've just got so much of there, just so much. There's loads there. I saw it and it was the print I was drawn to. I just couldn't resist. So ideas, plenty of ideas for stretch fabric patterns. Please throw them my way. I really need help. I really do need help. What else did I get? This one was also from the trolleys, and this is, it's very 70s, but I love it. It's kind of got that Paisley effect with the colourings and some of the prints that are there, but it's ultimately more like flowers, and it's got this lovely glittery, shimmery kind of, can you see? There we go. The only thing about this fabric, I mean, I picked this up because I was drawn to the pattern. I really do like a 70s style print. I love anything with Paisley on it as well. And it had glitter It had everything I wanted. It's like a summer knit, which means it's quite sheer. Now I think if I was to, yeah, it's definitely a sheer fabric. I might have to consider what I'd make with that. I've got another piece of material like this, and it's sort of reds and beige, and on my Instagram you'll see there's a Freya top that I made in it, which is fine. I wear it at home, but I do have to wear a vest underneath it. So maybe even like an oversized dress, kind of flowy off the shoulders, and then like a slip dress underneath would be quite nice for this. I don't know. I think I'll have to have a think about that. But the print is gorgeous. And again, there is 4 meters, 5 meters of this one. But yeah, it's so pretty. More sensible choice, definitely a work choice. When I do interviews at work, I like to be smart for them. So I've got very dainty polka dots on the black background, and it's got like a pleating to it. Can you see that on the screen? I thought there's only about 1.5 meters of this fabric, but I did think maybe a dress or something like that. I always struggle with trousers, and I do think that pleat looks lovely on a trouser. But I always end up like a wife in my crotch area because of my mum tum and the way that my body shape is. And on ready-to-wear trousers, I have exactly the same problem. I end up with that because my hips are slightly smaller, and even when I've tried tailoring the garments to me, yeah, I think I've got a bit of perfecting to do, because otherwise they probably would have made quite a nice pair of trousers. But maybe a dress of some sort with that pleating. I've got another dress upstairs. It's a ready-to-wear dress. It's got the same sort of pleat fabric and very subtle print on it, and I wear it for work all the time, so that might be something to consider. I think I'd have to look through some patterns for that. So if you've got any pattern suggestions for a smart work dress, please, 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 please pop them in the comments below to help me with that piece of fabric, just in case you didn't see it. What else did I get? So this is a tie-dye type. It would help if I showed you the right side, wouldn't it? Let's try that again. It's like a tie-dye kind of effect. Beautiful pattern all over it. Now I have got probably 6 meters of this piece of fabric. I do love it. I love the tones of the browns on there. You know, I think I can see me wearing this. Let's just have it as a blanket for a minute while I talk to you. It's very, very me. The colourings are very, very me. I can see myself making a Tabitha Tea dress out of this with long sleeves. And if we go back to my billy top that I'm currently wearing, where it's got the gathers into like the sleeve area here, maybe adapt the sleeve pattern on it and give it a bit of a looser fit because it would be quite drapey. But then I'd have that structure. I could see me wearing that at home actually when I'm working. It'd be quite a comfortable dress to sit and work in, but I'd still be warm from sitting down and not moving around too much. But I also want to make a basic t-shirt out of this as well. I've got lots of this fabric, but I'm pretty sure I've got a few ideas. In fact, I will probably end up cutting into this one in the next week. I just need to stick it in the wash to pre-wash the fabric first. So we're getting down to the final few bits that I got. This is another leopard print. It's like a khaki colour. You can see this one is definitely a sheer one. Now, I have got dress in mind for this, but whatever I do, I would have to line it. Obviously, nobody needs to see the skin that's underneath my clothes at the moment. So, that one is beautiful. If anybody's got any ideas of dresses for like a stretch chiffon-y type material that's got a bit of lining underneath, that would be great. Oh, what have I got? I've got the Tammy handmade actually. The Raj dress, am I saying that right? It's kind of like got the square neck, lovely billowy sleeves. It's lined, it's meant for woven fabrics. It's got elastic and umpire line, and then it's just kind of straight. that would look kind of nice. I'd have to line the skirt on it, but with the sheer sleeves, talking to you really does help. And then I got this. Now this is actually very, very dainty fabric for me. It's not dainty because it's still got a print of it, but it's not something I'd normally buy. And I think the background colour, the blue kind of navy blue, really appealed to me. But it's got these lovely, they almost look like the Ragley handbag dogs all over it. Definitely make a t-shirt out of this. I've got an awful lot here, and I can imagine a maxi dress in the summer or something like that. Even a wrap dress, again for work. I suppose it would end up looking quite smart when it came together. I've got, I think there's about 5 meters when you pull it all out. It's not very wide. Could even do a jumpsuit, or even pajamas. What is that? Is that even a word? Some Juno pajamas from Tilly and the Buttons. Oh, there we go with the Tilly and the Buttons patterns again. I'm trying to branch out from Tilly and the Buttons, but all I keep thinking of is Tilly and the Button patterns. But yeah, some nice stretchy pajamas, comfy trouser and top. That'd be quite nice. So the final piece I want to show you is my mustardy ribbon. Now this wasn't out of the trolleys. This was out of the shack, and I meant to show you this at the beginning but forgot to. It's like a very dark mustard with these kind of blacky grey flecks in it. Now I got 3 meters of this. Now if I had the body of my daughter, I could so see this as a bodycon dress, but unfortunately I have got a body of a lumpy mother. I think I'm gonna do a Freya top for work. It's just smart, it's versatile, it will go under, the colour will go under some of my sort of pinafore dresses that I've got, and I am currently making a Cleo pinafore dress in a wine colour, and I actually think that might complement it quite a bit. But then I was also thinking of, again, some loungewear for around the house, maybe with a top that would be smart enough when I'm on screen for work, but with some nice comfy bottoms, because I do like to match when I'm at home. I must admit, there's something quite appealing about matching your clothes when you're at home and still feeling like you're making a real nice effort. So that's maybe an idea for that. So that is all of the fabrics that I got yesterday. They cost me a grand total of £67, which there is a lot of meterage there. And I know when I shop online, I can spend that on probably 6 or 7 meters of fabric. So I'm going to have a play with them and a sew with them and see what the quality's like, but they feel pretty good. I'm sure they'll make some nice clothes, and it feels like money well spent. I know I'm adding to a big stash that I've already got, so I am going to have to make a commitment to myself that I do not buy anything until April. So let's go with the first quarter of the year, and then see where we are in April, how much stash I've actually managed to use up, because I want to get quite a few bits made up, because I do want to take part in Me Made May, and I'd like to be in a position, because at the moment I haven't got enough Me Made clothes to do every day. So there's a lot there that I could work with, to do some quick sews as well, to make sure I can take part in that. The last thing that I wanted to show you that I found, I went into Flying Tiger in Milton Keynes. I'm trying not to rustle, sorry. And I have been, when I was sorting everything out over the Christmas break, one of the things I really struggle with is I've got so many paper patterns all shoved into my boxes, and I really wanted to start doing what I've seen the Yorkshire Sew girl, Joanne, do, is have some lovely envelopes. These aren't hard backed though, that I can then put my fabrics in and put on the front the pattern pieces. And I thought, I did order some A4 ones, but they were kind of boring. So when I saw these, I think it was four envelopes for £1 in there, I thought, oh, I'll get them, because when I print off my digital instructions, I can stick the pattern thing on the front, and they just look really pretty. And it's something that I can sit and do when I'm not in the mood for sewing, but it's still to do with my hobby. So I did get 2 packets of them. So that will be me tonight, probably sitting and sorting that out. And I have to find a home for all of this fabric that I've done, because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Kallax boxes of fabric, and hopefully I was clever enough to insert for you guys the stash that I'd already got, which is a beautiful stash, and I do really need to start using some of that fabric up. So if anybody has any suggestions for woven or stretch patterns, that would be absolutely brilliant. I'm looking for some more workwear patterns. So I wear a lot of the jumpers and bits and bobs that I've got at home. I'd really like to start wearing a few more bits to work. So any patterns that are for, I would say, confident beginners that you have as recommendations, please, please, please pop them in the comments box below. Thank you for joining me today. It's been wonderful talking to you, and I will see you at the end of January when I talk about the makes that I've made this month. Have a fantastic couple of weeks. Don't forget to click subscribe or like the video if you like this content, and please follow me on Instagram if you are interested in the things that I am making at So Becky. I'll pop it in the box below. Thank you. Bye.